albatross, they've been around quite a while, and they fish for squid or floating fish eggs. So they're surface feeding and they're plunging just a little bit. So they're picking up things that look like a squid and float because they don't know that now we've put tons of plastics and different materials in our oceans. So adults come back, they gather up lighters, light sticks, plastic caps, little toys that you drop on the curb when you're a kid or whatever, or adult. And bring it back to the chicks and feed them plastics. And then they get this full sensation, so they may not beg as much to get enough food, and then they will die. We also have alien species of Australian pine, or castorina, or ironwood. It goes by many names. These trees were behind you were girdled in 1997 and applied herbicide Garlon, which is systemic and moves through the roots and branches and kills them. So now we're in the process of cutting them all down. In this stage, albatross get caught in these trees. Albatross is a seabird. They're used to open spaces. They have wingspan of over 6 feet. It's hard for them to maneuver in a forest. And so we have volunteers that come from Oahu, sawyers, and they come out for a week or so and they clear down all the trees. Midway is in the center of the Midway point in the Pacific. And we have 3 converging currents that move things around. We have one coming from Japan, comes up around here, one off the coast of North America, and then the southern one. And so Curie, which I said is 40 miles northwest, Midway, Lisiansky, and Laysan, and Pearl and Hermes, actually. We're in the zone where these currents, we get the majority of trash in the Hawaiian Islands. Some nets are woven together, some are knotted, with different kind of twists, Z twist, S twist, different materials. But what we're trying to do is figure out where it's coming from, what fisheries is responsible for it. We don't know if they're just derelict, they're discarded, or they're actually lost at sea. This pile here was just from this sector of Eastern Island. So it's just a small part. It comes every year. This last year, year 2000, we collected 27,000 pounds of marine debris in our lagoon.
It's never easy dealing with a frightened animal, especially one with the bite of a large dog. As many as 20 monk seals are disentangled from debris every year in this chain of islands, and there are probably many others that don't get found.
And these decoys were donated by 3 or 4 different groups from Japan. There's one gentleman, Hiroshi Hasagawa, who has devoted the last 20 years of his life to the study and recovery of the short-tailed albatross. There are currently about 1,100 individuals in the world, and probably close to 600 of them are due directly to his work. What we were able to do was get some not so expensive decoys that were used on Oahu to try to attract Laysan albatross to a nesting site there. Repaint the white part on the bird so that it's kind of touched up, filling in the white, some white in here and here, and then gold on the head. We're going to have to leave the bills as they are now because we don't have, unfortunately, the pink paint or the blue paint that we need.
They may be shaking off parasites or signaling their location to each other.